Hello, WR people. Today's the day. That's right. It's finally here. The Royal Duel. Me, Sir Mitch, against Petty Dre. And we're going to decide once and for all which is the better wrestling company. New Japan Pro Wrestling or WWE. And trust me, Dre is going dead. Hello again, WR people, and of course this is the Royal Duel. You've seen the intro. It's here. It's finally here. I'm so excited to kick Petty Dre's ass. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
It's not going to happen, man.
Oh, you recken? You really think so? We've been doing this for years now. We've been doing this for years. We're settling the score right now. I'm bringing up stuff you've never even heard of. Trust me, it's going to be great. But since I am a gentleman, I am a knight of Wrestle royalty, you may go first in your pathetic attempt to prove WWE is the better company. So go ahead.
Okay, well let's start with let's just start with the women's division. I don't believe New Japan has one yet, and it's they've been in promotion for how long? Since 1972. Meanwhile, WWE they're having a women's Royal Rumble coming up here pretty shortly, which has created a lot of buzz. They just had a Money in the Bank match last year, and meanwhile over in Japan they're still behind the eight ball, like way behind the eight ball. WWE they were over in the Middle East, which was groundbreaking. Two women wrestling in the Middle East. They did that, and WWE they cater to a much wider audience. I can sit down with my girlfriend. I can sit down with my little cousins, and we can each take something away from the product. I got a little cousin named Austin. He's a huge John Cena fan. He loves John Cena. He loves Roman Reigns. My girlfriend, she just started to finally get into the product. She's enjoyed Naomi and Becky Lynch a great deal, and she's even started watching Total Divas. There's just so many aspects of the WWE. There's just so much for everybody. There's a little something for everybody, and I don't think New Japan is really offering that yet. For as good as they are in the in-ring, department, they're still lacking in the personality.
Oh, so you admit they're good in ring? Okay,
oh yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. But you get that from WWE and NXT on a weekly basis, so it's not like WWE is lacking in that department either. So.
Yeah, how sad is that the developmental territory is producing better matches than the main roster, though?
But it's still a WWE, though. I mean, it all goes hand to hand. I mean, it's, you can watch that.
Yeah, one's run by Vince McMahon, the other one's run by Triple H. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, money's in both their pockets, so it doesn't really matter. I mean,
NXT is basically what ROH would be if they had money. Let's face it.
But that's what I'm saying, though. That's what makes WWE so great, though, is that there's something for everybody. Like you have, I guess you want to call it the smart, demographic, and even on the main roster, you have guys like Kevin Owens. They've been featured pretty much since they got called up on the main roster. Whether he's feuding with John Cena, whether he's feuding with Roman Reigns, or even Vince McMahon, he's been an integral part of WWE since he's been on the main roster. You have guys like Sami Zayn that are finally starting to get established. They turned him heel.
Yeah, after about a year.
What was that?
After about a year of purgatory for poor Sammy.
Okay, that's fair. You had Finn who got called up, and they put him over Roman Reigns like right off the bat.
Yeah, what happened? And what happened when he came back from injury?
Okay, well we'll see what you say when he wins the Royal Rumble this year.
He's not. The only person winning the Rumble is Reigns. Let's be honest here. Vince wants it. Philly crowd rioting afterwards be damned.
Okay. So if Reigns wins the Rumble, who's winning the Raw Elimination Chamber?
Oh, I would assume whoever he's facing for the WWE for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. SmackDown last year, it was Elimination Chamber, right? They had the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and it was a SmackDown guy who won the Royal Rumble. So I don't understand why people think, so the Elimination Chamber's Raw this year, that means the Raw guy's not going to win it. Doesn't make any sense.
So you're saying that Brock is going to defend the title in the Elimination Chamber?
I'd say so, yeah. Why not? He's got a ton of dates still left. They pocketed a bunch of dates for the guy because they know. The plan has been for the last 12 months, build Brock up super, super, super strong and have Roman topple him. That's been the plan for 12 months. Okay, whether they do that with Royal Rumble, which I personally believe is going to happen, or they do that through Chamber, which I don't think is going to happen. Roman Reigns is absolutely facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the Uni title again. And what perfect way to make Brock look unstoppable than beating 5 other blokes in the Elimination Chamber, only for Reigns to beat him.
And so, what does that leave Reigns in? Where does he fall on the card?
Well, I'm sure they'll find something for him. I mean, he could have his revenge on the Miz. I mean, he won't win the IC. He's probably going to lose the IC title at Raw 25. So chances are, and I'm fairly confident about this, if they do a rematch or something at maybe Chamber for the IC title, he won't win it, but he'll do this thing where he beats the crap out of the Mr. Raj, so he'll look super strong as well. That's my guess. And further on your points about women's wrestling in Japan, what you don't realise is women's wrestling have their own promotions. So does
we do here in America too. We have Shimmer. I mean,
yeah, but they're not at the same level as Stardom though. Stardom are filling 2,000-3,000 seat arenas. Shimmer and Shine can get like what 200-300 max.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but I mean it still doesn't take effect.
Why would New Japan start their own women's division when they would be facing super dense competition from Stardom and a few other female promotions? It wouldn't make any sense for them to do it. They have the male audience in Japan already. I mean, the female audience and a large amount of the male audience in Stardom. If they do that, they're going to lose part of their Japanese audience when they're trying to gain American audience. Further to the point about the American audience, you say that that more casual fans and they have WWE has large audience. This is true. I don't deny this. They have far more distribution in New Japan. Yes, they try to appeal to everybody, but you can't appeal to everybody. There are certain demographics that you have to focus on. I get WWE trying to make as much money as they possibly can. That's smart business, but you can't please everybody. They have the casual fan base, they have women, kids, and then you have that, not hardcore pro wrestling fans, but just pro wrestling fans in general, I think. And I honestly believe that in their pursuit to keeping casuals, keeping kids, keeping families, they have one time too many made the decision to alienate the adult male, not just adult male fans, but female fans as well. And as a result, a lot of these adult fans, not just casuals, not just hardcore fans, are making the switch to New Japan. Because if you look at the attendance figures for the New Japan show last year, they sold 4,000 tickets in about 2-3 hours. Granted, that's not massive amounts, but that's pretty impressive. They're holding another US show in March. They haven't even put the tickets on sale yet, but they're going to explode. They're going to sell 5,000 tickets in about 2 hours. Wrestle Kingdom, the biggest show they do every year, was up 9,000 tickets this year. Yes, Chris Jericho had a lot to do with it, but also had a lot to do with New Japan offering travel packages for overseas fans. Had a lot to do with Japanese fans getting back into the product because the promotion's getting hotter. I can keep going on and on about this, but
you mentioned you say that WWE you said they're catering to kids, to a fault. But here's the thing, ROH they don't cater to kids at all, and so what is that?
And they're up too, and their business is up too. Their business went up 30% this year.
Well,
meanwhile, WWE's business is going down.
No, actually, it's not actually. The business isn't going down. Just last year in Orlando, they generated over $180 million for the whole city of Orlando. $180 million generated revenue. 75.
You're saying billion, it's million. 180 million.
That's what I said. Did I say billion? I'm sorry, I said million, but I meant million. They sold 75,000 plus tickets. I mean, I don't see how the business is going down. Like you said,
that's for the big show. That's for the big shows. I'm talking every day. WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, they're always going to sell out because they're the marquee events. I'm talking everyday business. I mean, attendance for Raw and SmackDown in 2017 was down a whopping 21%.
I'll have to look at those numbers. I doubt that's true. Because I doubt
that was a factual statement, mate. Look at the pictures on social media, mate. There are empty seats every second week, for crying out loud.
Yeah, some of those pictures were kind of sketchy. I mean, some of those were taken before shows. That's clear as day. But I mean, like you said that they're catering the kids to a fault and they're driving away male audiences or adult audiences or whatever. But how do you explain NXT? NXT is still they're doing their big shows once every.
Because that's where a lot of the adult fans are still loyal to WWE are going. I mean, Raw and SmackDown.
But that's still WWE though.
Yeah, I understood that, but that's not mainstream WWE. That's your argument is WWE is mainstream. You get mainstream product, everyday figures, ticket sales, TV ratings, house show events.
Does New Japan have a weekly show? Does New Japan have a weekly show?
They have one on Access TV, and I know what you're saying. Yes, it's nowhere near the ratings, but the thing of it is that network gets like 1/3 the coverage of USA Network in the US, and their G1 the USA show. I read a report about this the other day. Generated 528,000 viewers throughout the whole thing. I know what you're saying. No, still nowhere near WWE, but when you consider that's 1/3 the audience share of USA Network. If they had something on like what's the American network I know? Like it's one of the networks WCW's on, like the Turner networks, right? They get they get like 90 million people subscribe to those channels, right? I have no doubt if New Japan was on one of those channels, they get 1.5 million viewers for a weekly show at least, possibly even 2, because it's a viable alternative. I've never said New Japan is bigger than WWE. They're not. I just think they put on a much better product, and they're going after the fans that are frustrated with WWE, which is a segment, by the way, which is only growing here because they have this super talented roster, and they still trying to do stuff that's not working. And I'm not going to mention Roman Reigns, but there are things that company does just isn't working, and they keep pushing it pushing it to death, and it's just not working, mate. And it's driving fans away. I mean, we always, even you, mate, in open thread discussions for Raw and SmackDown, the pay-per-views, even you joke with the hashtag WWE logic sometimes. Because sometimes they make the most bizarre decisions. Even you, with the current rumour going around, saying with Ronda Rousey winning the Women's Royal Rumble, I don't think it's going to happen, but even you think that's a mistake, and you're right.
Yeah, I don't want to see it happen, but there's probably a bunch of people out there that do want to see it happen. I mean, I generally don't care to see it happen, but like I said, there's probably a lot of people out there that do want to see it happen.
That's the thing. That's the thing. They would do that for mainstream press, wouldn't they? Ronda Rousey has just signed with our company and won one of our biggest matches ever, the first one. Right? That's why they would do it. But in doing that, they will alienate the fans. The choices they make, either for mainstream press or to appease one demographic, which gets appeased more often than not. Let's face it. They're driving away this other group of people.
I disagree. I disagree because that demographic you're talking about that's being driven away, they're getting a lot by the WWE. They're getting a whole lot. They wanted the Hardys back. They brought in the Hardys. They brought the deletion gimmick back. Like I said, AJ Styles is champion again. I mean, they're doing a lot for you guys.
Yeah,
you guys tend to focus on the 1 or 2 guys that you don't like that are getting pushed, and then you guys want to say, "Oh, WWE is no good." But they're pushing a lot of guys that you guys like, though. John Cena has stepped back. He's putting over Nakamura. He's putting over Ambrose. He's putting over a lot of people the last couple of years.
And I praise him to death for that. Good, but I think he should have been doing that 2 or 3 years ago. I think
how come your boy over in New Japan isn't doing it? He's been champion for 600 days. How come he's not putting up nobody else?
And I agree with you. No, I'm not going to sit here and say New Japan is perfect. I agree. Tetsuya Naito should have gone over Okada at Wrestle Kingdom this year. He was over as if. You know what I mean? I mean, he had 40,000 people cheering the crap out of him, and it was a great match with Okada. Nothing against Okada. Guy's brilliant. But Naito should have gone over. I don't have a problem with that.
Let me ask you this. What has Roman Reigns done for the majority of 2017? Let me see if you can figure this one out.
And I agree with that. But the problem is the damage is done. The damage has been done with him. Okay? they're not stopping his push, are they? They're putting their foot off the accelerator. As soon as in a couple of weeks, they're going to stamp their foot right back down, and people are going to start booing the crap out of them again because the damage is done. He's not working as a babyface.
But he's what, number 2 in merch sales? How is he not working?
He's not number 2 in merch sales.
He definitely is.
Again.
You go to any source, the source that you posted in the group that said Rusev had the top selling shirt that week in WWE shop. Those are the same sources that reported that Roman Reigns was number 2 in merch sales. Number 2, right behind John Cena.
No, hang on. The first one that said Roman Reigns was number 2 was from Forbes. Okay, Forbes posts whatever hell WWE tells them. The second one about the Rusev.
Where do you get that from?
Forbes.
Where do you get that from?
It was not from Forbes. The second one was from. There's a new puff piece written by Forbes every week that Alfred cannot want to do. He posts a puff piece about WWE every week.
Forbes writes about New Japan as well. They write about New Japan.
Yeah, but they don't do it anywhere near as glamorous a lot as WWE. Oh dear. Oh yeah, in Japan, New Japan has a nice little show going. Yeah, they got some viewers. WWE's right. WWE's doing this. Come on.
But they don't ever post stuff like that though. They just report the numbers, which are factual. Which are always factual.
Oh man, whatever, dude.
You know it's true. You know it's true.
Yeah.
There's 10, 15 sources that I'll all tell you the same thing. They'll all tell you the same thing.
Yeah. Hang on. The source I posted, okay, had the Rusev Day shirt, the number 1 selling shirt for the month of December. Know what? Where Roman Reigns' shirt the month of December 7th, and that was a brand new shirt.
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. But that same source also reported that overall,
for somebody who's supposedly the top merchandise seller, it's a pretty big gap.
Not really. Just for a month. I mean, John Cena was he on there? I didn't see Dean Ambrose on there. I didn't see Braun Strowman on there either. I mean, that's just for what a 3-4 week stretch. I mean, we're talking about the whole year.
Yeah.
2016. Reigns has been number 2.
3-4 week stretch when the Shield was still together. The Shield T-shirt was like 4th. So, Shield T-shirt was 4th behind Rusev, and I forget who the other ones were, but it was 4th. I'll have to check that. But anyway, look, move on. Okay, look. We can go on and on about this, but the fact of the matter is, I feel personally New Japan has a better in-ring product. Okay, I feel this way very strongly, and nothing against very talented superstars of WWE. But let me just break this down for you. This week's episode of SmackDown, SmackDown usually, apart from the last 6 months, is usually the more wrestling-focused show. Correct? It tries to be different from Raw in the sense that they try to appease like the NXT fans who will be tuning into Tuesday Night SmackDown. You know what I mean? The more wrestling-focused fans, right? Jinder Mahal's had a 6-month WWE title reign. Nobody wanted. Let's face facts. Nobody wanted that. Even he wasn't even over in India, right? And what do they do in this week's episode of SmackDown? They bookend it with Jinder having an atrocious match with Xavier Woods. That all the Xavier Woods. It was pretty bad. And Xavier Woods, to his credit, did everything he possibly could to make that match work. All the kudos to Xavier Woods. Did everything he could. The match was terrible. And second, he main evented the match, and main evented that night with Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode again did everything he could. Super talented guy.
Who won the match?
It was awful.
Who won the match?
So awful.
Who won the match?
Bobby Roode. But yeah.
So the fans got what they wanted.
Yes, they got. We're past that point, mate. We're past that point. I'm talking about in-ring quality, in-ring product quality here. Okay, that's what we're talking about now.
So you bring up Wrestle Kingdom and G1, but what does New Japan do on a weekly basis? They have thousands and thousands of tag team matches. They don't have a lot of one-on-one matches like WWE has. If WWE did that, fans like you would run them into the ground.
No, I would not, because I would like to see them actually do something with the tag division for once. Nobody wants to see tag team division. Tag team division is all Usos, New Day, the Bar, and the Shield. Now Rollins and Thing. We've got 4 teams on both brands. They've been highlighting the tag team division for 12 months.
Trust me, you don't want to see nothing but tag team matches on WWE programming every single week like they do in New Japan. That's whenever they do have weekly programming, if they're not just showing highlights and splices and all that other stuff.
Well, it'd be better than all the highlights and splices, let me tell you, because it'd be actual wrestling for a change. And besides, those tag matches are fun. They make them entertaining as anything because they know.
They're okay. They're okay. They're not spectacular. I'll take the Usos and New Day over any tag team match that New Japan has had this year.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
They just had a whole tournament of tag team matches. You see Sonata and Evil? Holy crap, they were great.
Yeah, but it wasn't better than Usos New Day.
Well, I will give you that. Usos New Day, the Hell in a Cell match, epic, okay? But there have been plenty of pretty bloody good tag team matches here. Wrestle Kingdom this year, the Roppongi 3K, Young Bucks, great tag team match. Davey Boy Smith Jr., son of the British Bulldog, his partner Lance Archer, versus Sonata and Evil, the tag league winners. That was a great match.
Well, like I said, I'm not saying that those matches aren't great, but I'm just saying nobody wants to see nothing but tag matches every week, every single week.
That would be if they were in New Japan quality.
I seriously doubt that.
All right, agree to disagree again. Oh, man. Look, how about we just say this? You and I are never going to agree about this, are we?
Yeah, there's no chance.
So let's just say this. And I know I'm never going to win this. And I know I'm never going to win this debate with people watching because everybody everywhere watches WWE and only a segment of the audience watches New Japan. I know that. I'm not going to argue that. But I am going to say this. I think this is something we can both agree on. Okay? WWE is king, still is king, and probably always will be king. But they're not perfect. Very, very far from it. They make mistakes. New Japan makes mistakes too. I'll agree to that. But, you know, the stuff that they're doing is driving a certain demographic away, and I think New Japan is grabbing that demographic by both hands, by the throat, and say, here we are. They are a growing company. We can't dispute this. They are a growing company. They are growing internationally. They are touring my country, Australia, for the very first time ever. Shows I bought tickets to already sold out in 4 hours. 3,000 tickets. So I'm just going to say this. We can both agree that New Japan Pro Wrestling is a growing company and is a viable alternative to people who are a little fed up with the WWE way or a little tired of WWE way and want to check what else is out there. Can we at least agree to that?
Yeah, I can definitely agree to that. That's a fair assessment.
Cool. Righto then. Well, folks, there you have it. I'm going to chuck on my underboss shade, courtesy of NewJapanShop.com. And you can also check out our merchandise store by going into our WrestleRoyalty.com and pressing the Royal Swag icon. Pick up some great stuff at a great price. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel when this is currently airing. You're never going to regret it. We have more debates like this coming up, and we also have the monthly royalty in the round. A bunch of other stuff coming up in 2018. So stay tuned to that. Right. That was Petty Dre. Yeah. And me, Mitch. See you guys. Peace.
You guys have a good